This is easy. That was easy. There, you're on camera now. It's like you're famous now. Okay, so game two about to start here. This game we got the gold team, where for the 17 or the 2009 birth years, um, playing the blue team for the 2010 or 16's birth year. So this is the only cross cross pollination between the groups. The gold and the blue teams that played yesterday play 3 games, so they'll play tonight again and then tomorrow morning. So we've got one crossover game here today, and we'll see how this goes. I didn't actually pay attention to the score of the previous one, but sometimes there can be a bit of a mismatch between the age groups, but it just depends which players you have. So quite a few Colorado girls on the blue team here. So you got Sylvie Frey, Ashley Long, Aubrey Rowan, Kinsey Robinson, Emma Kelly, Charlie Hood, and Carson Lean as a goalie. Beautiful day here in Farmers Branch, Texas, but cold in the rink. So 55. All right, opening face-off in, back to goal, back to Egan. Egan looking for Wiedenmeyer. Suppose I'm pronouncing Wiedenmeyer like a German here. He loses that back. Number 24 tries to center it. That is coming right back up over the card. Goalie tracks that puck with a little move by Cars to get her out of her net a little bit, but quick shift for the forwards there for everyone. But Bly taking the face off. That gets put into the corner. Pitch back to the goal D. Low shot deflected wide by one of the gold players. We're looking to actually get tied up turnover right in dangerous scoring area in the slot. It'll cycle behind the net. Blue number 3 is going to grab that. He goes for the toe drag, picked up by Lai. Lai on his own, got someone on the back door. Good stick check across. Lai tries to send it straight up the D. Good shot and covered by the goalie. So I don't know who the goalie is there. There's an Arizona, a Colorado, and a Texas goalie. On the blue team. That is. Face-off win by blue. That comes straight behind the net. Looking for another turnover coming off the boards. Shot deflected high and wide. Cycle down the line. Line battles on the boards against a few players. We've been natural battles. Won't keep them in. Comes straight back out. The D can't handle it. Little chip play, but that goes straight to, I think that's Sylvie. Oh, that's Tyler Head. Back up. Walsh intercepts that pass. Ruby pinches, keeps that in. That comes back to Pew. Pew to the wing. 61's going to dump that in wide. Walsh back on the back check. That goes as a shot on net. Hughes got some space here. As blue changes, she comes up with a full head of steam. He rips that one on the short side just wide, looking for head level of the goalie. Bouncing puck skated over by a couple players, and that stepped in. Walsh goes back to Pew. There's people in with their state. That gets dished back in. So far, first 4 minutes of this game has been all in the blue territory. Nice lead pass. Backhand over the net. That comes up. Wiedenmeyer takes that in. He goes for the between the legs. The points play get the puck on the end. That's going to come back out. Egan's retrieved back in their neutral zone. Puck rolling. Didn't have a lot of rolling pucks yesterday. They passed up to Wiedenmeyer. He's looking to chip that around. It steps out from the corner, backdoor pass. A lot of flip passes going on as well. So players couldn't handle that. Then an interception on the breakout. Gold putting quite a bit of pressure on the blue team. Harsh intercepts that pass. He dangles a little bit. Egan with a shot attempt. Home player skates in front of it. Again, tries to skip through the boards. That gets out, but still not in control. Harsh is going to turn that back and transition right away. He turns back. Nice pass to the trailer coming in, but not sure what happened there. Flew in on the rush. He recovered the puck around behind the net, but low shot hits the corner of the net. Another chip play. Good back check by number 30 there. Steal that puck on the Canes by the gold team. She's got some speed coming up. She gets up in and loses her stick. Quick Clark's looking for a one touch, but kind of off her stick. We got number 2-on-2 coming down. 62 throws that wide of the net. Looking for a low cycle, but doesn't quite have enough steam to get there. A free breakout. And a goal closes the gap at the blue line. Lai picks that puck up and starts to wheel. So you've got no one on the boards to help her. Another chip and looking for Lai coming up, but a little bit too much hot potato here going on. There, nice solid pass. A nice solid weak side pass to Lai. He brings that in, but a couple of sticks in the way there. Zerby, puck behind her net. She's going to wheel. She puts it up the boards. Good bounce off the wall. Schwalf brings that back. It's Zerby. Zerby doesn't get everything on that shot, and goalie gloves that easily. We have 27 minutes left. Still no score. Shots are 5-2 for the gold team here. Puck back. That goes to Pugh. Pugh walks that, but ends up hitting the player. And even though the no mesh gives us a clear viewing angle, it doesn't protect us from these pucks to go out from a rim. So face off, picked up by Blue. Blue goes D to D. They're looking for the center lane. Managed to get that out. Pugh intercepts that. He's going to come in. Drop past Wiedemeyer. Pugh on the rebound, but good vision by the goaltender to cover that one up. Contested face-off thing comes back. Blue covers. He's going to wheel behind the net. Bring that out. Completely tied up there. Nowhere to go. He swipes that one up, but Blue on the recovery. Shot wide. Derby's going to chip off the glass and out, and then just Blue getting excited at a 2-on-1 attempt there, but offside on the play. Face-off win by Gold. Going to drive low. Little leg sweep there. Going to pitch that one out. I think that's 54's Fischler. Going to bring that around, looking for D partner up high. Walks in. An innocent looking backhand attempt there, but almost hits the net. And a wheel and then a dump to the weak side here. Blue turns that back quick on the line change. And a chip up to the middle of the ice, but covered by Blue. Blue's going to turn that back. Good regroup there. Fire that in. A rim covered by Egan. Egan goes up the Karsh on the half wall. Back to Egan. He gets poke check trying to wheel. Best camera here. Back out the neutral zone. Trying to fire it right back in. And 21's got some space, so she tries to drive in, but she's got 3 players in her way. Ours is going to take that behind her own net. She escapes and comes up the middle of the ice. Nice lead pass up. Long shot, big rebound. Ours looking for third side high. Gold forgot they had to forecheck the puck there. Blue control of it. That gets intercepted. Little miscommunication by Karsh and Walsh there. Blue gets that and sends it deep. That'll be an icing. Blue just looking for a breather at this point, I think. Face off win. Bray back to retrieve that. She's got a lane open. He gets around Walsh, but then gets upended by, can't see who that is. So Wiedenmeyer rips a high shot through the screen of the player and opens up the scoring for Gold. Gold turns that puck over on the faceoff right up to Blue. That gets recovered by Walsh. Walsh stops behind the net. She's going to dish that out to the half wall under pressure. Wiedenmeyer picks that up. Wiedenmeyer looking for Walsh. Walsh gets tied up. Puck shifted out. He jumps in and holds that one in. Good back pressure by Wiedenmeyer. Disrupt that breakout. Centering pass, no one there. It's number 30, goes for a little chip and chase. Get some speed coming back. Goes for between the legs, but puts a little bit too far in front of herself. And I can't tell the goalies apart, so, but I think this is a Arizona goalie. Well, maybe a Utah goalie. Face off win by Blue, but Gold recovers that. Venom pass out. Quick shot goes wide. There's a good pass in the middle. Puck deflected wide. That comes up to Zerby at the point. He keeps it in, but bouncing puck. And the puck seems to be rolling quite a bit. Blue enters the zone. Looking for a centering pass. Taken away by the defenders. Picked up to the neutral zone. 65 gets blocked by blue defense. A little 1-on-2 rush he had. Picks it back up behind the net. He's taken out by 19. The spin and turn. Agreed by Fischler to let Karch take that. He had right away. Karch out in the middle. Nice pass. And a little slip through the 5-hole. Trickles in. For the second goal by Gold. With 17 minutes left in the first half. Face-off win. Player slipped and made an easy zone entry. And a quick pass to the slot. Blue smothers that and retrieves it. Looking up the middle. That bounces out to 32. A drop pass. Give and go, but missed on the on 32. Wide comes up to the neutral zone. Okay, that's not wide. That's Fischler. Pass in. Pass across the cars. Stopped by the goalie. Got the cars covering the D. He's going to walk in. That shot interrupted. He gets it back, though. Poke check. Egan back to retrieve that puck, but back behind the gold net. And I stopped to look at my angle. Not sure what happened there. So face off. Goal recovers. With the lie up the boards. Flips through, but that goes to right to a blue player. Blue powers that one through. Walsh picks that pocket on the way back. Walsh again forced a turnover. She's got the puck in. He's looking for short star, high side blocker there. Goalie gets a piece of it. Walsh back again. Defender for a one-timer. It goes wide. That's going to go down the ice for an icing. Face-off win back. Gold tries to drive the net straight off the face-off. Unsuccessfully. That gets rimmed around. Out to neutral zone. Quick regroup. Looking for a chip up the boards. Everybody's on that side of the ice. They got to go to the weak side. You up to Wiedemeyer. That gets kept in. You picks that up. And it's a little backhand pass looking for Wiedemeyer. You cycles that down to half boards. Looking for back door. Little tip in front by Wiedemeyer, but Foley's there to stand in the way. Blue goes for a long rim. They had a gap closed in the neutral zone by the goal defenders. Hugh dances around a player and gets that up to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer's got a player wide open on the back door. There it is. She overskates and she's got to stop in front for the rebound on that one. It's in the right position. Zerby at the point. Got through. Goalie coverage, still a score of 2-0. Favor of the gold team, but shots are 17-3 at the moment. We're getting our work on the defensive zone coverage here. Face off lane, back to Zerby. Goes over to Fitzler on the point. She drives in. Shot high and wide. Zerby rims out low. Your Dallas teammate up high. Goal working the low high much better today. Blue through the neutral zone. Heavy back check pressure there by number 56. Sending a pass. Oh, man, they managed to keep it in. Fischler on the rush against 4 players. He finally gets some help there. He's going to switch sides and goes back to Lai covering on the point. 33 says enough of that. He's going to send it out the neutral zone, but on the change, Zerby comes up in a transition. It's some speed. It's looking for the one-timer for Lai. Quick transition back. That goes as much. I'll say where the D went on that play, but thought through the goaltender's 5-hole. Give the blue team their 4th shot on net and a goal. The walk with a face-off win. Lai gets that back. It's poked out the neutral zone. Walsh on D over to Egan. Egan's going to throw that around. Played by the goalie to come out and break that up. 25 is Quincy Robinson. Egan looking for the middle. That gets stopped up. Blue with showing a little bit of fight here. With shift and putting some offense together for that one-timer. And the centering passing. Arch is off to the races here. Carson dresses a goalie on that breakaway. Make it 3-1 for gold. Quiet here today with no one running music. Wiedemeyer pitches that one in. Carson's going to pick that up. He's looking for a centering attempt at Wiedemeyer. Carson cycles that down low. And looking for a centering attempt. Not exactly sure what happened there, but I think it's hit the side of the net, and the goalie just decided to cover that one up. Early face-off win, hard rim around. That's going to be kept in by the D. He rings that back low. Carson was their stick on the play, and that was a D to make the breakout pass. He takes that one off. This is over to Cars. That gets ice, looking for a fast break for that player. Face off left with blue goaltender. One by blue. They go D to D. Plays over. Nice. That goes up. Stick on it. Blue's going to make just a bit quicker decision. Some passes before sticks get on the way here. 2-on-1. 52 comes across. That goes off a skate. I think looking for a shot. Picked up again by Gold. Pass right in the slot. Shot on the blocker side. Against the screen goal and make it 4-1 here. Pass attempt. Tipped back at waist level. Nice pass up the middle, but players can't hold on to it. She's going to get it back. Weird almost tipped over the net too. Gold recovers. Gold's got some rearing, walks in. That's held in by the Gold defenders who go for a change. Blue gets it out of the zone, but gets pinched off in the neutral zone. Player trying to do it all themselves. Walsh going to pick that up in the middle. He cuts in. Comes off his stick. Looking for centering pass. Again, kept in by Egan. Egan's shot goes high over the net. Zerbe's just puck's going to come out of the zone. Zerbe comes back into the neutral zone. Zerbe still with the puck. Drop pass to Walsh. Walsh ripped one glove by, I don't know if that's Carson Lean from Colorado in net right now. Four minutes left here in the first. Little tip pass. That goes up. Player upended trying to dance over Egan. Walsh pushes that off to the side. Got two players driving. Walsh backdoor fly. Lane holds on to that one. She tracks that one all the way. Puck tied up off the face-off. Blues thought they came up with it, but that comes back out to neutral zone with Gold in control. Why trying to beat players on the outside. That gets picked up by Robinson. Goes back on the boards. Look in the weak side. Good pass to get out of the zone. And 27 is good. It's taken by Targe. Pass to no one there. So Blue keeps that in. Dishes that out. Blue walks in. And the 30's got a good chance on the backhand, but that goes wide and high of the net. Looking for pass right in the slot. Gold has a few attempts to get out of their own end, but Missouri pushes that one up the boards. Car's going to bring that back. He spins out of a couple checks up the ice high. And a quick forward, but that's intercepted on the play. Over to Pugh. Wiedemeyer picks that one up. Wiedemeyer dishes that one out in the middle, but no one there. Rimmed around. Little tie up scrum in the corner here. Wiedemeyer comes out. Oh, not. Yeah, Wiedemeyer comes out with the puck. Looking for that centering pass again. And that slides through the 5-hole and looks like another goal. With 25 seconds here, that'll probably wrap the first period up. 5-1 for Gold. The most officials I've ever seen in it's a flock of zebras out in the middle of the ice here. Another 34 minutes on the clock to start off for the second half. Face off win by Blue. We're looking to center that. Their centering pass, that's blocked. Up and wide. Wide to cut the middle. Deflects off her stick and goes, ooh. So you got to switch hands to keep myself ambidextrous here. So icing comes down back to the blue zone. Pass across the slot. That goes wide. Blue chips that up. Stepped in by a D. Heavy pinch by a gold D to keep that in. And that gets stolen. And then picked up to the neutral zone and play broken up. Back over to the other D. Stepped in by Robinson. Puck bouncing. Gold gets that out of the zone from the 30. I'll take on 1-on-2 situation here. Gets tied up and loses the puck. Gold retrieve. Play kept in. 17 walks in. Low shot turned aside by the goal. Shots are 22-7 currently. That's chipped in deep. Chips around the players. So 1-on-1 situation there. Defender takes care of that and transitions back the other way. That pass gets intercepted back into the blue zone. Little scrum digging for it. Walsh pitches that in deep. Blue retrieval rim the puck. One back by Green. Gold with a green helmet. That comes back to Egan. Egan straight up the boards, looking for Wiedemeyer off the rebound. That comes back to the blue zone for the blue zone, as the Labatt's commercials used to say, for an icing call. Face off back to goal, but then gets intercepted by Blue. We bring that in, gets trapped up on the boards. They're looking for a centering pass. That comes straight out to Wiedemeyer. He's back up ice. He's got some back pressure. He's to hold on to it. He's looking to get that back to Zerby, who pinches. Let's play. I think that's, I can't remember, Emma Kelly or Charlie Hood, but Blue looking for something. Back to the point high. Player loses it, so they're just going to send that in deep. That comes straight out in front of the net. And they managed the Blue Bands to get another goal here. At 5-2 here with 29 minutes remaining. Face off, tied up. Parts picks that up and chips it around. Comes back to Frey. Gonna chip it up to the neutral zone. You with a little backhand tip to get that over to the winger. Now they come up. Parts trying to dangle here. He loses the puck. And Frey brings that up and looking up to the middle. His stick play doesn't work, but she gets a piece of that to clear that puck. Starts looking at Dorms. He takes that player hard in the boards, but then gets upended. Puck comes back to there. Karsh still digging for it amongst a couple other players. Anyone gets stick checked there. And she's just going to wing it out and almost gets a fast break off a line change. Nowhere to go there. Who spears that one out? Player is missing kind of the point of the D to D plays here in the regroup, which doesn't seem to be a common thing here, apparently. Arch dangles and then ends up putting that one in wide on the goalie. So 6-2 here. The top one goes back to goal. The blue of Pepper. This is going to pick that up, and she's to the neutral zone. Shot going wide, good by goaltender. Just under 26 minutes to play. Little face-off win up to center. That little tip doesn't quite make it out of the zone. Little tie up in the corner, but that keeps getting put back in deeper into the blue zones. They're going to try to go high and wide. Then doesn't make it. Blue comes up with it. Looking for a cross-ice pass, and player can't pick that up. 49 back to retrieve. He goes for a long reverse up the boards, but up to the blue defender. Slap shot right on. Goalie handles that fairly easily. Plus comes up. Wiedemeyer with a flip and a jump to get around a defender and a wide open shot attempt. Goalie makes a nice last ditch effort. He's had the whole net open. Last hand, Wiedemeyer kind of walked out. He jams that in short side for another goal. So 7-2. We got a goalie change in that after that goal. 23 minutes remaining. Tucked in deep, even back to retrieve. She turns back. He stops behind her net and ends up getting that back again. He squeaks out that short side. Still got the puck, looking to drive wide. He turns it back. Gets tied up and puck intercepted. Blue with a couple players, but back check evens that up. Derby with the pucks. Pressured and it gets kicked out. Goaltender covers that up. I think that's Dakota in net now for the gold team. Puck won by Blue. Right over their D partner, Robinson. Dot comes through. Centered, picked up by Yokota. And it'll go to the left of Yokota for a face-off. Wall through the middle, but gets upended. Verby back to retrieve. He rims out. It's going to go straight to a Blue player. Another shot on. Yokota catches that. Lots of no screen in front and sees that all the way. Through with the face-off win. They go back. But Spray can't quite handle that and comes out to the neutral zone. And that cross drop pass from Walls. A high pass. Verby pinches in to grab that puck. Right back to Zerby. Comes back up D. High shot, I think, comes off the catcher. Like the energy isn't quite the same without music being run in the building. So pretty quiet here. Face off win. Pickpocketed there. Hits a player's glove on the bench and be whistled down. Face off win. Cards with a toe drag and then some tip it over. Got tied up. Blue ends up breaking out. Can't quite get a pass. Puck kept in deep by a goal defender. Blue with a chance. They get it up through the middle. That's going to be picked off by Gold's defender. Puck bouncing. He comes back up with it. Puts it out to center. Whoops. Just out of the play a bit. Sorry. Backhand. Bars drive from middle. He still got the puck. Looking for a backdoor pass. That comes back to Karj. And back up to the point. Shot stop. They play for a ice and to get the puck out of his zone, but that gets blocked. And with the card from the weak side that picked up by Lie. Drop staying on side there. Lie gets tied up and puck pinched off, but goes straight into Gold defender. So puck off the post, but then straight out to a player that just pokes that in. I think that was all by Lie off of Archie's shot. Make it 8-2 here. Face off win by Wiedemeyer. Back to Egan. Egan's going to turn that back. He goes D to D. The Lions. He fans on the pass, and that ends up going to the blue team. Managed to pitch that in. I think there's end of play. Kept it up by Yakota. Future Hill School teammates there, Yakota and Wiedemeyer. Puck's tied up in the official's feet off the faceoff. Blue comes up with it. And Wiedemeyer tries to get that forward. That's offside on the play, but I don't think they call that. Wiedemeyer back in. Pitches that to the middle. Egan has to bring that back in their own zone. Regroups with their D partner. Back in on a dump by a Dallas player. From this corner still going on. I'm just going to whistle that for lack of progress. "15 minutes to play." Face off goes to the corner. Gold picks that up. Well, hack and slap, but Blue comes up with it. Again, right by the boards, you can see the snow piled up by the door. And Blue Mag is rip a shot there. I actually did not see what happened on that play. Score of 8-3 now. Puck into the zone, centering attempt. He sidesteps that, and it was more of a good shot deep, but he rips one off the blocker. Comes out. He with the puck again. Chip that to number 65. I'm going to throw that in behind the net. Rim wide. Derby's going to keep that one in. Right back at it behind the net. 21 digging for the puck. He's going to rim that again. Zerby stacks the pads against the boards and keeps that one from going out of the zone. Move to the zone. That's pinched off by Zerby. Behind her own net. The puck starts rolling. And Steve loses it in her feet, picks it back up again. Puck comes straight out. Hugh picks that one up. Hugh with a quick dish off to the wing. Up wide, looking for, I think that was a shot deflected. Ball just went to Walsh on the weak side. That's intercepted. And they chip that forward while the goaltenders change on the fly. Looking for center. That's Walsh's skate. They finally get that up and out to the neutral zone. The blue line came up and jumped on that player. Good couple of efforts there. Total lost their stick on the play. A good scoring chance for Blue. Tie up along the boards. Okay, so he burst over to Zerby. Comes back to Walsh. Walsh goes back to a D. Intercepted by Zerby. He walks in, it's going to pitch that around and go for a change. He lets to walk that up, gets picked by Lie, but right back to her. Weird play to try to get D to D in front of the net. It's kind of dangerous. There's a breakaway attempt at Karch. He's wide open and alone. He kind of fans on the puck and doesn't hit where she was looking for, which I think is like top left side catcher. Off back into the gold zone. And if the pass comes out to the neutral zone, Blue regroups that and back up the boards. He'll pass out. You can't quite handle it. Comes out the neutral zone. They send it in offsides. And again, stretch play. Carr's still with the puck, and she's going to net. I don't know if that's her third or fourth this game, but D tried to push her off the puck as much as possible, and she stayed with it. So 9-3 with 9 minutes left here. Egan pass wide side. Puck's kept in, but Blue's going to clear the zone here. It's intercepted. The old player brings it in. He just wings it at the net wide, and that beats the goaltender. High on the blocker side. So 10-3 here. Egan up to the winger to try to one-touch that out. It comes to a Blue player. They're looking for a middle lane. Egan, heavy pressure on her. Goal comes up with the puck as the Blue D are backing up. We got a couple other players looking for a fancy play. It gets broken up by the Blue defender. That gets run low. Finally out and cleared the lane. He closes that gap, and they've got to pitch that in. Zerby on the retrieval. Zerby loses the puck trying to break that out. He goes weak side to Pugh. He's got some space. Missed play by the winger, and so that's going to go for the icing. Right back down, 6 minutes 30 left. Face-off win by Blue back to the point. That gets tied up. Chip that in deep. He's get the puck through the neutral zone. He's dangling. Gets tied up. And Blue comes up with it. Goal just tips that off the boards and wide. He dumps that puck in deep. Blue goes D to D with it. I still got control. I go a hard rim around the other way, but quick overskate. She still got it. That gets intercepted by Pugh. You're looking for a backhand on the back door with the player driving the net. It doesn't quite make it there. Good forecheck pressure by Walsh on that play. Almost nets one there. I'll come back out the neutral zone. Play with it. She turns it back. I'm going to dump that puck in deep. Misplay, mispass on the boards by Wiedemeyer. Comes out. B walks in. A hard shot. Walsh intercepts that. Looking to the middle. She's got a ton of players. Up Wiedemeyer up to Lie. Lie throws it towards the net. Bounces back, but then it's covered by the defender. Walsh dishes that back out to Fischler. Fischler, high, wide shot. Walsh dumps that cross corner. Keep that deep. Keep pressure on. It's through, kept in again. Another rim kept in. Blue with some time finally to try to get it out of their own zone, but quick chip up the boards helps that. Ellie brings that in. Like gets intercepted and quick transition back. 2-on-1. Good paddle by the goalie to take that pass away. Just under 3 minutes left. Blue with a rim out to the goal defender, backs into the neutral zone. Quick D to D. That D comes in, shot wide. Harsh picks that up in the corner. Harsh up to the point. Back down to the half wall of Harsh. She's got some space in the slot. Harsh shot on. She's still got the puck with her. Get some body to knock her off of it. Puck kept in, but then dished out. Back up the goal defender, just under 2 minutes. Up into the middle. Harsh in on her own. And that one is in off the skate of the goaltender to make it 11-3 in this game. Face-off win by Blue. Right back out. They throw that. They're going to call that no ice. Egan's got some pressure on. He's going to wheel. Got some speed. It's going to beat these players. He had the right idea, just off of the glove of the goaltender. That goes off the, I think the padding on the penalty box there. And Blue was excited for a 2-person breakaway, but last face off the game. Puck back. Q and D to D for one timer for Egan. Shot on, turned aside, and that will be the time will run out before Blue can rush down on the 3-on-2. We'll be back later tonight for another Gold versus Blue matchup on the 17s side. So we'll see you tonight.